Welcome to Soul Elevation, guiding your ascension to new heights. I'm your host, Kara Goodwin, and this episode is so full of spiritual insights and practical information about your soul purpose and seeing the aura. I had a great time talking to Helen Ye Plehn, and she blew me away toward the end of the episode when she started tuning into my aura and giving me insights about my soul. And what's so interesting about this is I had many insights come through just yesterday about my soul origins, and much of what Helen shared is an echo of what came through yesterday in a completely different way. Helen knew nothing of these insights from yesterday, and I'd never even met her until right before we started recording. So all of that to say, I can verify the accuracy of her insights, and I highly encourage you to check out her new book. Helen Ye Plehn is the founder of Helen Creates Beauty and the creator of the Aura Color Wheel, a powerful system that reveals your soul's purpose through the energy of your soul aura color. Her new book is called The Aura Color Wheel: What Your Soul Aura Reveals, Your Soul Gifts, Wounds, and Lessons. She's also the author of the Flowing with My Rainbow Chakra Confirmation Deck and has been recognized as a visionary educator on msn.com. Her work blends ancient wisdom and intuitive insight. She's an aura reader, intuitive painter, crystal healer, angel channeler, third-generation feng shui master, Vedic astrologer, and more. Her mission is to help 1 million souls align with their true purpose and live joyfully. So before we dive into today's episode, I invite you to explore all the amazing resources waiting for you at karagoodwin.com. From my book, Your Authentic Awakening, to powerful free meditations, a Learn to Meditate course, and even personalized guided meditations. There's something there to support you no matter where you are on your spiritual path. You can also sign up for my upcoming summits and workshops to connect more deeply with like-minded souls and expand your consciousness. These offerings are designed to nurture your evolution, and your support helps me to continue sharing this work. And if you're enjoying the podcast, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Your support makes a big difference. And now, enjoy this episode. Well, welcome, Helen. I'm so excited to have you on Soul Elevation. Thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me, Kara. I'm excited too.
So let's talk about how the aura became such a central theme to your work. Have you always seen auras?
That's very interesting. No, I wasn't born an indigo child or psychic in that sense. My spiritual wake up call is around 2011 when I knew that my soul wasn't in alignment with what I was doing at the time. I was actually graduating with my PhD program, and got engaged with my current husband. So from the outside world, from a successful standpoint, it's like all look great. But however, I experienced bad anxiety and depression. And that's my wake up call to start to ask myself, who am I? Why am I here? And how can I be happy? So from that point on, I went on a spiritual self-discovery and healing journey. And I find meditation in my yoga and meditation teacher training. 3 months in of daily meditation, 20 minutes a day, I was able to be off any anxiety and depression med. I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, this is
Yeah.
golden. That was the beginning point for me to be, interested in spirituality. So from that point on, literally my meditation became my medication. So I was like doing that for 7 years. Today is almost 14 years, nonstop every single day, just like brushing my teeth. And in 2018, that's about 7 years in my daily meditation practice, I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. So I wasn't preparing for that, because when I begin the meditation practice, it's literally to just help myself to calm down and maybe gain insights. And So 2018 is when I begin to perceive aura, or like the energy field around all living things besides human. I also see auras around animals, plants, all living beings, as well as tuning into the spirit realm. So I also read spirit message, like angels. There are 7 types of spirit guides that I read, depending who are working with this particular soul. So that's my, so to make this answer a little bit longer, that's kind of when I become to be psychic in a way, to be able to perceive aura. And from 2011 to 2018, in between then, I became also a professional artist. I was also an interior designer, so I do work with color at a very intimate level, like almost on a daily basis. So that's why it became the first thing that I see as a spiritual being, to be able to tune into the aura colors.
That is so fascinating. So, do you just see it effortlessly, or do you need to like tune in and like get into a certain flow in order for you to be able to see it?
Right. So like at the beginning, when I just had the Kundalini awakening, I literally see everything. It was, to be
Wow.
honest, it was a little bit overwhelming.
Overwhelming? Yeah, I can see
um
that.
so I cannot, I did not know how to control it at the time, let me put it that way. So my crystal healing teacher at the time, I was doing I'm always doing some kind of training in the
Uh-huh.
background, and the time was the crystal healing training. And my teacher told me to put a black tourmaline literally on my third eye, to calm down the information that I had
Oh,
received visually.
interesting.
Right. This is actually really helpful at the time, when I just awakened, at that time. And then later on, I started to regulate it, because if I am going to a mall, like if I go to public spaces, it's really a lot. Like,
I bet.
it's like a little too much. So over the years, I kind of refine it to a way that I can pretty much like open it or shut it off.
Mm,
So most of the time right now, like I remain it to shut off until I have permission from a certain
mm,
soul, that that said that, oh yeah, I want a reading from you, I want this. I
mm.
don't want to just give other souls information. It's not good anyways, karmic wise, right? I don't want to do that. So right now, I'm more in a control. Now, even in this, like I can turn it on and off state, is that what I notice is that if I personally, my energy or my aura is more clean, like I do my spiritual practice, I'm well rested, I eat well, like all of these self-care, if I'm doing it constantly, this is very easy for me to turn it back on. It's almost like,
Oh.
oh, it's on. But however, if like I miss some of my meditation practice, if I am anxious personally, if I'm, if like almost like if my aura is not as in alignment or as clean, put it that way, it takes me a little bit to tune back in, meaning that it's just like 5 minute meditation, something to connect spiritually, to open up my third eye and crown, put it that way, then I can go back in. So I would have some off days, if you want to say that. But if I let it on, like I switch it on, if I don't switch it off, it's a mental switch almost, then I can see it pretty much all the time.
That is so fascinating. So, when you perceive the aura, you're seeing color,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
and is it like a vapory type of color around a person?
It's, yeah, it's like a mist, like
Mhm.
almost like a it depends on a person's energy, how strong it is. So sometimes it's more vibrant and sometimes it's more faded.
Mhm.
And now there were three, I want to, when I tune into the aura, I really want to distinguish there are actually 3 types of aura, so not just one color around a person. Oh, and also auric field is always a shimmery spectrum of color. It's never like one color I color it in, and that's
Oh,
like
that was
solid.
my next question. Okay,
Right, it's
awesome.
not, yeah, it's definitely not solid.
Uh-huh.
It's a spectrum.
So you'll see
So
multiple colors in one
correct.
aura. Uh-huh.
multiple colors in an aura, but I can quickly pick up because there were three types of auras and different locations of the body. So that's why I can quickly pick up different information about a person. Now, for example, your mood aura, that's actually most of us should be able to pick that up. That's around somebody's face. And that tells me, are you happy? Are you upset? Are you angry? It's almost like, oh, look at that person. The face is turning red. It can be
Mm.
either angry or shy, right? You can almost see that almost physically, right? So that's your mood aura. That's around your face. And then the second type of aura is your personality aura. Now that's more semi-permanent. So the mood aura changes all the time. 1 minute you're upset, 1 minute you're happy. You can change. You lift up your face sometimes. Yellow comes out. So the other type is your personality aura, and that's around above your head. Okay, so that tells me, is this person outgoing, introvert, analytical, or intuitive, right? That's a little bit more permanent. It can change, but only if maybe some big shift in your personality composition, like big events happens in your life, right? So it changes. For kids, they changes more often because their personality is not completely formed, right?
Mhm.
The last type of aura is the more permanent of aura. It's around your heart chakra. Now that's your soul aura. For a soul, that's actually the most powerful one around your heart chakra. That's the most permanent one. It doesn't mean that you won't change, but it changes only if a person literally heal a wound. Like, is it ancestral trauma, past life, like something that you heal, that from past life that you heal, or something that you learn, some lessons, a limiting belief shift. I can literally see that will change. But that takes like, a few years, so that was the most permanent aura of the three. Now, the cool thing is because this one is the most permanent one, so it tells me like three really key information about your soul. Because it tells me, like, normally we radiate, the color that we radiate in our soul is the one that we're really strong with. So, like, if your heart chakra is really strong, you have mostly green in your soul aura, right? Because it's powerful, right? So it tells me you are a healer because you are a compassionate person. So it tells me your soul gifts, what you are here to be of service, so that you can be fulfilled, right? So it tells me that's the first thing. And the second thing is whatever color that you do not radiate. So for example, if you are mostly green or turquoise or blue, you have less red. That's the least color that has in your soul aura. That tells me that's your soul wound, meaning that you are here to heal your red aura layer. So like you maybe you have some ancestral trauma, some past life woundings or karmic clearing, something in your red aura layer that needs help, because it might be out of balance, right? And the last thing is it's neither strong nor weak. For example, green, or like, remember I mentioned it's like a spectrum of colors, so it's not just one solid coloring color. So people have like green or blue might have some yellow in it. So yellow is kind of like neither super strong or super weak, because green, the opposite is red. Like, you don't have red, you only have green. So that's why red is it's weak. That's your wound. And that's kind of in between color. Those are your soul lessons. So it's
Mm.
something that you just need to learn this lifetime, then you're back. Because at the end of the day, or like all souls, as long as you are a soul, not just a human body, you are a body of light. So at the end of the day, like when we are all whole, healed, and strengthened, we should be white. Meaning that we should have a spectrum of all seven colors. Like literally it's either white or golden. That's
Mm.
why a lot of enlightened saints, we see them in like like a halo. It's like white and gold. So that's what makes the aura color wheel super interesting, because once you perceive someone's soul aura, you can tell these three key information about a soul.
Wow. That is so fascinating. Thank you for sharing all of that.
Yeah, you're
Now,
welcome.
I know you have this, your book is coming out, and it is the Aura Color Wheel, What Your Soul Aura Reveals. So I would love to know, if people get this book or they learn from you, are they able, like, can you train people to be able to see auras? And is it possible to see your own aura?
Yes, I actually do trainings for students to perceive their aura. Now, although whether you can do that or not, it really depends on your spiritual practice, because every soul has its own timeline to be awakened. So in right now in the Radiant Aura Activation course, I would say like 50% immediately get it. 50% takes them a few months, or some of them haven't gotten it yet. So that's like, it's hard for me to say that, like, I would teach you the method. That's how I do it. And of course, meditation practice is really crucial. It took me 7 years. Of course, meditation practice is right. But however, if they got, you can take a 20 question quiz. The quiz is completely channeled with my spirit team. So it's like pretty much timeless. It's just piece of wisdom, to be honest. I trust my spirit team more than trust myself. So like that 20 question really will help you to identify your aura color. So even if you are not, like, you're not able to perceive it yet, you will be able to identify your aura color. And what are the three pieces of information? As I mentioned, what are your gifts? There were 9 universal soul gift archetypes. It really helped people to eliminate imposter syndrome. Especially,
Mm.
I was born an artist soul gift archetype. Like, am I good enough is always a daunting thing, right? But if you know that you are born with this gift, that's what you're here to be of service, right? And then it tells you what is your soul wound. So basically, the aura layer that's really lacking, like you really need to heal this lifetime, and the 3 soul lessons. So that's what's cool about the book. It also maps out, because it's dynamic, so it actually maps out your soul evolution journey. It's almost like choose
Wow.
your own adventure game. So okay, so if you begin, like, if you're born this soul gift archetype, if this lifetime I'm aware and I consciously working on my soul wound, for example, my soul wound is in the blue aura layer in the throat chakra. So if you actually heal it, you will become a different soul gift archetype. It's almost like you're up leveling some way. And for some souls, you can hold multiple soul gift archetypes as your energy expands. So that's the cool thing about this system. It's like almost like you can figure out who I am and where am I going, at the soul school. And eventually, as I mentioned, that we're all white light. Eventually, we actually want to encompassing all of them. That's where our soul is evolution journey is supposed to do. That's why it's called enlightenment. Literally, is
Mhm.
to embody the light.
I love it. That is so profound. It's so beautiful. And I love how it's so practical as
Yeah,
well.
I love that. Yeah, yeah. It's very intuitive, right? Like
Mhm.
nothing I explain to you is super esoteric or in any way. Like it's
Mhm.
quite intuitive. So the practical tool, I also actually provided a really practical tool. It's called the self-diagnose or self-heal box there. So like once you know which aura layer is your wound, which aura layer you need to work on, you just need to pretty much diagnose your symptoms. It can manifest it as a physical symptom, or an emotional symptom, or mental symptom, or spiritual symptom. And it related to different body parts. I list them all out. So you literally can self-identify. Is this aura layer that I'm out of balance of? Or what can I do to literally like strengthen it or heal it? It really promotes self-knowledge to self-mastery. I
Mm.
myself use this system all the time to, like, if I'm like, I have some rashes here, like what does it mean, like in terms of energy wise? Because at the soul level, we are all energy, we are bowl of light, and in order to work with this energy, we need to understand this is a huge perspective shift. Before spiritual awakening, I identify me as my body. And after spiritual awakening, I identify myself as light. So working with the light is very different than working with a physical body. But a lot of my students actually use this system to heal their physical symptoms. So to heal their body, I actually have two. One is a pancreatic cancer patient, stage one, yellow solar plexus chakra wound, because literally the pancreas is located in there. Once she uses the energy medicine that's prescribed on the book and in my course, she was actually cancer free after 8 months of practice. So it's
Wow.
like it's a proven. It's like your body is made of energy, and if you work on your energy, it will heal your body.
That's beautiful. Well, that was my next question. What are some of your favorite stories about how your ability to see the aura helped someone?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like it's been a blessing, to be honest, like being able to do this work. And I also wanted to help as many people as possible. As you mentioned, like I don't want them to have to train them until they become clairvoyant to begin using the tool. That's why I'm also very practical. So that's why I break it down to like step by step guide, like really naive language. Everybody pick up, even my daughter actually sometimes will use the same thing. Mommy, here's I think here is off balance, what shall I do, right? So something like even kid can do, then you can pick it up easily. So there are a couple cases that I mentioned about the pancreatic cancer. There was actually one lady came to me, referred by her daughter. She doesn't even believe any this. She think this is too woo woo, right? She doesn't even believe it. But she was really suffering from, because she has really bad heart chakra. She has a first stage breast cancer, but that's not the most suffering comes from. The most suffering comes from her not able to forgive her older brother sexually abused her, and younger brother verbally abused her when she was young. She was
Mm.
holding on that grudge, and she's at her 60s, and that make her really suffer, right? So and like that's a symptom, like you see, that's a spiritual symptom. It's like soul contracts, and if you don't end it, these negative soul contracts, if you don't want to end it this lifetime, you incarnate it. No matter you believe it or not, you incarnate it next lifetime. This is going to play again. It's tough, right? So this requires spiritual healing, like of course physical symptom, we have the breast cancer, but the more deep is this. So we work on the forgiveness part. So it's all heart chakra, right? The compassion, forgiveness, all of that. So we work on that for, it's close to a year. It's about 10 months also, like literally like meta, the loving kindness meditation, Ho'oponopono. Like I try different methods to make her to really let go of that. About 10 months, she was able to let it go. Finally, she understand that this is Cage herself, not her brothers, to be honest. And the last session we are together, the funny thing is, her brother, her younger brother, actually called her. Like that's 10 years, a decade that they haven't
Wow.
spoken. They haven't spoken. The brother actually called her and apologized what he had done when he was young. I was like mind-boggling blow. I'm like, wow, okay, this is deep. Now,
Wow.
you know that from that moment on, the soul contract is done. She doesn't have to suffer another lifetime for this abusive relationship from her brothers. Now, her older brother has already passed. So her older brother, he cannot call her in any way. But during a channeling session, because I also channel ancestors, and I also do mediumship, he actually came through during a session and
Wow.
exactly the same thing, said sorry to her. She was bursting into tears. She was like sobbing.
Wow.
It was so powerful. That's soul healing. That's the level of soul healing. And of course, physically, her breast cancer is gone. So like she no longer has breast cancer. That's another miracle. Like
Wow.
people say it miracle. Like for me, because this is happening when you work on at your soul level. So for me, it's just like, that's another case. But that
Yeah.
was really, really
That's
powerful.
so powerful. And I love that reflection of the inner work because you were guiding her the whole time. Like, this is like, you're carrying this. Your brothers, they're not in the same, they're not
Yeah,
in the cage, as you said.
right.
You know, it's
That's
you
right.
that you're not able to get past this and you're the one suffering. And then, so then her making peace with that within herself, but then getting that external validation. I mean, that's quantum, you know,
Oh yeah,
that's beautiful.
I even use this, I mean, like I even use this system to heal my ancestral wounds. Like I forgive my mom for what she had done that she wasn't aware of. Holy cow. That was another level of Helen. I would say that
Wow.
this is Helen 5.0 now, compared to the Helen before. So I am literally walking the talk. Like
Yeah.
I'm using it myself pretty much every day. Like I'm checking, oh, what happens, and what I like about this system is it's so practical. You
Yeah.
don't need to be psychic. You just need to do the work. Of course, you need to commit to do the work, and it might not happen like immediately. It actually literally took me 2.5 years, but I remember that conscious decision that I decided that, okay, if this is my lesson or this is my wound this lifetime, I'm willing to heal it. It literally just make a decision, and once you commit to it, it will show you the results, no matter
Wow.
this lifetime or next lifetime, so that your soul doesn't have this, with you again.
I love that. You know, one thing I wanna go back to is you said, was it tourmaline that you're
Yeah, black
is
tourmaline on my
okay.
third eye.
So
Yes.
is there another, like, practical tool like that? So for you, you were trying to quiet it, but
Yeah.
I can imagine that there are people listening who would love to open this up. Is
Yes,
that quartz?
clear quartz is actually the master healer. So if you want to open up your third eye, that's clear quartz is the one to go. It's like always the one to go for your third eye. And there is also a very practical tool, because I'm a crystal healer, so I work with them quite often. Another one you can use is a satellite bar. It's
Mm.
rather inexpensive, five ten
Mhm.
dollars you get a huge chunk. I use this to cleanse my aura every day, like combing my hair. So
Oh.
you literally, like, but not just the hair. You want it from head to toe, to kind of like cleanse it. I do it when every morning when I comb my hair, I use this, and
Mhm.
then whenever I brush my teeth, I meditate. So that way I never forget.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you get busy, you probably don't remember all these energetic tools that you can, you need to do every day. It's like if
Right.
you take care of your teeth, you take care of your diet, your body, you need to take care of your energy.
Right.
I have the bar with me in my purse. I carry it.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
whenever I feel like a almost like an energetic boost, that's what I do actually. I
Okay.
I cleanse it with my, that's what I do actually. But if you
Yeah.
have it close to your auric field, everywhere, you just comb it from the head to toe. You pretty much clear out any foreign or negative energies that doesn't belong to you, and that immediately raise your vibration. Because tuning in, like being able to see in your third eye, it's literally just tuning into the spirit realm. And
Mhm.
when your vibration is higher, you just match that. It's just like radio signal, you just match that vibration a little more, so that's when you sustain. But I want to throw it out there. This is very common, happen to my students. Once they tune in, they're able to see, they feel really ungrounded. I really, really want to emphasize the importance of groundingness. At the beginning, when I just opened, like I got so pumped and so excited. I just want to be there all the time. And I forgot that I still have my body, that will cause some symptoms for your body. So that's why I said that you also need to have a grounding practice. Even just laying on the ground, or bare feet walking on the ground, or drink a lot of red, like eat a lot of I just literally had like red tea, hibiscus tea, or fruit that's red, like raspberry, strawberry,
Mm.
tomatoes, like food also. Like, look, all living things manifested in a particular color, it's of a reason.
Mm.
Like why this crystal is black, why this crystal is white, right? Why certain food is red, why certain food is yellow? It's because they carry a particular energy frequency. Same thing with clothing, all right? Like, if it is natural fabric, if it's
Mhm.
man-made like synthetic, no, that's a different thing. But if it's cotton, if it's
Linen.
fiber, yeah, linen and things like that, it carries a particular vibration. So what color you wear that day, what color you use to decorate your house. I'm also a feng shui master, so the energy around the home is very important to me. And what color food you eat, and what color crystals you decorate with your house, all has an energetic implication on your aura color. So if you are literally, like, I'm wearing pink today, it's amplifying my heart chakra. It's like I literally want to have a heart to heart conversation,
Yeah.
so that's why it's like it's depends on really what energy you want to amplify. And sometimes you will see me wear blue. It's because I want to be better at communication, for the throat, the throat chakra. So it really depends. So I'm very intention in the morning when I select particular piece of crystal, like jewelry I wear, or color that I wear, or literally the food that I'm going to take in. If I literally just did a past life regression session this morning, so I know that I'm going to tune into the quantum field. I know I will be pretty ungrounded. So that's why I eat a lot of food, like red food, in the morning as my breakfast, to make sure that I'm balanced, like both going up and coming down. So I just want to, put it out there. So don't get too excited when people get excited about seeing the quantum. That's the first thing. They don't want to come back. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, you still need to walk the 3D path. It's better
Right.
that you ground back down.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I'm wondering if it's helpful for listeners, like if you kind of showcase a little bit what you perceive. So, like if you, in yourself or in me, or however you would want to do that, if that
Yeah, yeah,
seems,
I'm open to a reading. If you're open to it, I can
yes.
do that all the time. It's just like
Yes.
I can
Well,
turn it on and off all the time.
yeah, and I love hearing the general of, well, here's it's in the heart and it's up here and there's your personality and there so forth, but it would be cool to kind of see how it comes together.
Oh yeah, definitely. So if I have your permission, I always open up for permission first.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
really important for karmic reasons.
Mhm.
So you come to, like, to me, what I'm perceiving now is jade and turquoise and shimmer
Mm.
is spectrum. So you're more of a healer soul gift archetype. So you're born with it. You have a really strong heart chakra and yellow solar plexus chakra. So those two are your strong aura layers, if I put it that way. Actually, I was using that as an example at the beginning. See,
That's right.
you're more of a green to turquoise spectrum color, so you have less of the orange and red. So that tells me that your wound is uh really, it's possible around that so like ancestral wounds that you need to heal. Also inner child, some inner child trauma that you need to process. But because you've been working a lot, like you yourself, you work a lot. I think, and
Mhm.
the inner child healing is already there, because I see a lot of creativity coming out, I see a lot of joy coming out. So it also tells me that that's not as strong for you right now. But definitely, like, and also your third eye is quite open. Like, oh, that's another indication. These J aura color souls are the ones that actually was travel, like, in the galactics, in the ET realms, if you want to say that, like in
Mhm.
other planets. So you are definitely a star seed in many many lifetimes. So that's also why some star seeds feel they're less grounding, because they have less of the red. you travel in different star systems before you drop down to planet Earth. So you have a lot of, actually, if you remember it, you will get a lot of insights, from that. So you have a star family. You were in the Pleiadians, because I see a Pleiades actually right behind you. You were also in the Egyptian times. I see Isis right behind you. So you were a teacher for many, many lifetimes. So healer is not your first, almost like not your first lifetime doing it. You had this gift of doing that. And I mentioned about Archangel Metatron, and of course he's with you also. So he's one of the main angels that holds the Metatron's key, cleans the whole auric system actually. And he likes to work with people who are sensitive and empathic, and also intuitive, psychic. You definitely a psychic yourself. So I see other star beings besides Pleiadians. I see also Handarians. So those are the compassionate healer. They always help healers. So many. So to me, your main spirit team are angels and star beings. So those are the main angels. Now, although I do see ascended masters, like Mary Magdalene. I see Mary Magdalene, and that's also embodied with teacher, soul gift archetype. I think in the past you have followed Jesus lineage, had spread his teachings, and so this lifetime you are born already pretty high vibrational, like the base level of vibrations is pretty high. So the remainance is almost like the ancestral. There were some soul contracts that's negative, that if you clean them out, especially from the ancestral lines, like the lower energy, you're going to ascend to another, soul gift archetype. So does any of those readings you think resonating?
Oh, completely, completely. That is so fascinating. I mean, just even from when the moment that you started, because I'm wearing white for anybody who's just listening to the podcast. We have plenty of people who just listen, they don't watch the video. But I will show, like, the only sort of
Perfect.
color that I have on is a bracelet that is turquoise kind of color, and I'm just wearing a white sweater. So I'm not even really giving in, and that was not intentional, but I am not even giving anything away in terms of color selection
Yeah.
today, you know?
That has nothing. Whatever you're wearing, really, to me, because when I tune in, I see a bow of light. Like it goes through the physical body. It has nothing to do with that. It's
Yeah.
literally a bow of light. So it's a bow of energy. Even when I read the different angels, to me,
Mhm.
they don't really have the physical feature like the eye. They are really a bow of light. Like I also see indigo, but Michael wasn't speaking, so I didn't because he's indigo ray of light, right? And
Okay.
and Metatron is golden and white, and he's with you since you were born. So it's like it's almost like I mentioned some are the homies and some are guys. We all have some homie spirit
Yeah.
guys, and some spirit guides are more I call them a little bit more temporary, like they are here to help you with a specific mission or specific project that you're doing. I know Michael is kind of your homie, so I want to mention that. Like Gabriel, Gabriel, he's more of a temporary guy. Like he is the one that helps you actually put the soul together. Ewan, like
Oh, okay.
communication, the messenger of God, the creativity. So and he's helping you with that.
Mhm.
So we have different guides. I would say a spirit team is between 5 to 7 at a time, it depending on your life journey. When I mention homies, it's literally like they are there all the time. So you're like, this is like you're stuck with me this life. And sometimes different guys comes and goes, and you don't have as many animal spirits. So some souls has more, like if souls has more animal spirits and fairy spirits, I know that they just be in the garden pretty much all the time. Like they work with
Mhm.
the animal realm, they work with the god, like they are literally the veterinarian or they're the gardeners, right? So whatever spirit I see, I can tell that that's where what your soul is working on. You definitely are working on more of the higher realm spirit type stuff. And I see some of your ancestors, but they're not speaking. Like they are just kind of behind you. We all have an ancestor team, and
Mhm.
only the ancestors that of higher vibrational frequencies remain in the spirit realm. Otherwise they just incarnate and do this game over again. So yeah, they're not speaking, but when they show up, it tells me that they might be some like red aura layer, like physical ancestral, like the lower stuff that you need to clean up. But that happens to a lot of star beings like
Mm.
that I see. That's not like just in planet Earth. So yeah, that's what I do. And that's, if you pre-order the book, actually I do these readings for my private Facebook group. And
Oh.
if you pre-order the book, you get, or you if you order the book, you get to join the Facebook group. And I do a monthly live Q&A and live spirit messages reading for
Oh, wow.
my students and clients. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, so much of what you said resonated. There was one, you mentioned a star being that I'm not familiar with, and it started with an H.
Handarian. Oh yeah, you
Hondarian.
can check them out. It's called Handarian. It's Hadrian.
Okay.
Handarian. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's new for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You,
That's
you
great.
have multiple, because you are like, I also see Orions and Lyras, but they're not as
Prevalent.
forward, yeah, like prominent,
Mhm.
when I see like it's like a team of galactic, I know this soul has been in the galaxy so many lifetimes. but
That's
but
so
those
interesting.
two, like the Pleiadians and Handarian, they are like stepping forward. That's
Okay.
when I know that. Again, I don't see their facial feature, like too much of the details. It's energy. And then I it's almost like I have goosebumps. I don't know how to say it. It's almost like
Mhm.
my body knows if I'm speaking the truth. And when
Yeah.
I'm channeling, I need to talk really fast, because sometimes the energy goes really fast. I'm like, what? So I said that, well, stop, like, don't, some students keeps asking questions. I'm like, I'm doing this, and this is not using my right brain. Like I need
Right.
to, like, I don't filter. I've
Yeah.
learned, I've refined this for so many years. I've learned that I cannot filter anything. Whatever comes in, I have to spew it out. Otherwise, it's not the truth, because I go through my analytical mind. Like I would say that, oh, does this make sense? And I
Yes.
can't do that. Whatever comes, I need to speak. And I remember there's one time I talked to it was early on in my reading experience, so I wasn't like really fluent or control like this yet. I was like, I was like, I see a knife. I have no idea what that means. But does it make sense to you? Yes, yeah. I was a chef before. Of course, I use different kind of knives, and I'm like, oh, okay. I just see like an angel holding a knife. I don't want him to kill. I've never seen that before. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is news to me, right?
Oh,
Because
that
that
those
was
things don't
me.
go together.
Yeah, because that's what me doubting. You see, that's what I'm
Yes.
doubting my intuition. When
Right.
you doubt intuition, it doesn't work anymore. So now, whatever I see, I just spill the bean. So that's when the magic happens. That's like when clients are like, "Wow, this is really good. This is really resonating." I'm
I
like,
love
"Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I don't doubt
Yeah.
anymore." And
Yes.
those are
Well,
knives, yeah.
it makes me think of, like, I had a very heightened experience where I was, like, receiving I was just getting all these downloads, and I was writing it down, and which is unusual for me. I typically just experience it, and then I'll record it later, but for some reason, I was inspired to just write it, and it became kind of this automatic writing in terms of I was I knew what I was writing, but I would have these parts where my brain would try to catch up. It made so much sense when I just didn't think about it. Like, I knew what I was saying. I was just writing down, and it didn't even necessarily feel like I was channeling it. It just felt like I was in this flow. And it was these spiritual truths that I was just like, this is just how it is. This is how this is related and this is related. But then I would just like you're saying, I would feel myself, another part of me come in and go like, wait, does this make sense? Like, and I'd from almost like step outside of myself to be
Right.
like, does this actually make sense what I'm writing? And then it would stop. It was like,
Exactly. That's
yeah,
right. And then
yeah,
it cut the flow. So I don't,
yes.
it was just so beautiful. When you were just saying that, I see you, I don't know whether you're familiar with Lumeria. You had
Hmm.
lifetimes in there. So I had lifetime in there. And so I would say, like, sister, you're doing the right thing. You're literally
Oh,
doing what you're naturally gifted in doing, right? You just like, that's actually channel writing, right? Or as you mentioned, it's automatic writing, but Numerius does that all every day, single day. I mean, they just do it. And it's fascinating to me. That's exactly how my book is written, by the way.
really?
It's the whole time I need to stay in this state. I don't even filter it. I don't need to grammar. I don't care about spelling, grammar, anything. I just, that's why I said that 20 question is golden, because it's
Right.
completely channel. I did not filter in my logical brain what has to be done, because there is a question. The most fascinating is that particular question is, I ask your the birth time, because I know that it might be sensitive. Actually, my spirit team know that it might be sensitive to ask people to write down their, although birthday chart, like astrology charts, they do that all the time. But I need a range, and that particular range is actually to check your Chiron sign,
Oh,
to see, because Chiron sign is an indication of your soul wound. Okay, so like where you at this lifetime, that's why. And I don't even know how that bracket of time comes out. Now that's complete, I did not even do any research. I just write down, okay, this particular time, it's a huge amount of information. And the timestamp, it literally tells you like 11:50 p.m. or a.m., like something, like it's a range. And it was the precise, I had no idea what that means at the beginning. I just write it down and I Google it. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I realized that they were trying to fish out somebody's Chiron sign. And it was completely channel. I was in a chance state like for a long, long time. For 2 weeks, I told my husband that something is really big getting on me. Like, I cannot have any family responsibilities right now. Like, because we have a daughter, the
yeah.
channel stuff. But I said that just give me this, 2 weeks. And the craziest thing is, because I was guided to write this book, once it's channel, I just receive an email from Hay House in my inbox. I never subscribe to their email list. Let alone I need to find a book agent, or like go through all this. I did not go through any of this. It just dropped it in my mailbox. Hey, we have a writers community. You want to try? Okay, I know. I know it's my spirit team's working. I know. I'm like, okay, fine. So I guess you asked me to do it. So I'm like, okay, do it. And then they said that, anybody who joins welcome to submit their book proposal. You get a chance to publish. They get like thousands a day. But I already knew, like, it's not my ego talking. I
Yeah.
already know. I was guided. This book has to come out there so more people can benefit from it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I submitted, and of course, I got a call from Rick Tracy. Yeah, I'm in. You see,
Wow.
it's when you work on your inner work, because I was in complete alignment with my soul purpose. This is not the first time I've done this. I've done this many, many lifetimes since
Yeah.
Numeria, sister. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's why, if you know, if you're so in alignment, opportunities, synchronicities, the right people, they will just show up in your life. That's actually what I've learned the most from channeling this system, is that when you're in alignment with your soul, no matter you're on a healing journey or you're on a manifesting journey, if you're just working on your own energy, everything comes to you. You don't need to work hard. You don't need to chase. I used to get burnt out a lot to chase what's so-called success, and now I learn to just simply be myself, to just work on myself. Everything comes chasing me. It's like the other side. It's almost like you become a magnet. I'm like, wow, this is really transformational to me as a as I born in this 3D reality, like thinking that to be successful, I have to be this way, that way, that way. Now I'm like, okay, spirit, what's up? What's the next?
Homies, what are we
Yeah,
doing next?
yeah, exactly. And sometimes you don't hear it immediately. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you said that, well, patience, Helen, I'm not going to show it to you now. I'm like, I don't have patience. That's what you need to learn.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes, you don't get it immediately. That's the hard part. That's a test. And
Yeah.
also, like, it's never this easy. I also went through a few testing points. Like, they really will test you. Are you really trusting this? Are you really
Mhm.
going, like, are you going to commit? Is remember that decision you make, there will be really hard humps along the way. But if you keep saying that I'm going to do it no matter how hard it is, if you keep choosing that thing, oh, things are going to turn around, and it's so freaking sweet. It's beyond my dream, like beyond what you had hoped for. So that's
Wow.
something that I really want everyone to trust the spirit realm, because
That
that's
is
where we
amazing.
born with. We born with that light. We all are, we all stardust with that big bang. When we come out, it's the same source. It's literally what my book, or all this system is to go back to that source light. So
Mm.
once you work up on all your aura layers, you become the white light. What does it mean? You become the source. You are the source. There is no separation. Once you become that with the creator, it's like you are
Wow.
perfect.
That is so amazing and so inspiring. I
Thank
love
you.
this conversation. It's been so much fun. So, your book is coming out in July. Tell
Yes,
us
July
again.
15th.
Tell us again about your book, how people can find you, and then tell us again about if you purchase or pre-order the book, the opportunity that you're giving for readers.
Yes, definitely. So the book is coming out on July 15th, and you can purchase it in any platform that you buy books, even just local bookstores if you don't want to go Amazon. So anywhere you buy books, you can purchase it. And then you can find all my information on helencreatesbeauty.com. So it's helencreatesbeauty, one word.com. You can take the quiz there if you want to identify your soul aura color. And if you order the book, there will be a link also on my homepage that you can input the information. You get a lot of benefits, actually. First, you get to join the private Facebook group I mentioned earlier, the Oracular Circle. And in there, I host a monthly Q&A and live spirit message reading, just exactly what I did with Kara. I do spirit message reading for you. And also, you get to have a personalized feng shui birth element and gua number reading. So I'm a
Wow.
third generation feng shui master. So every soul, even though there was general directions for abundance, love, health, and all that, but every soul, because of your birthday, you have a different specific to you. That's a lucky direction for health, personal growth, abundance, and love. So you will get these four directions. So you know that you meditate with the personal growth direction, you eat facing the health direction, and you manifest, you face your desk should face your abundance direction while you work. That's when you merge with the natural flow of chi, right? So you get that reading. Typically it's 150, but I'm giving
Wow.
it out to people who order the book. They always find that useful. So all you need to do is order it and email me, helen@auracolorwheel.com, with your birth information, and you will receive the reading.
Oh my gosh, that is so valuable. Everybody, go and do that. Why wouldn't you? That's amazing.
Yay.
Wonderful. Well, Helen, thank you so much. This has been such a rich and fun discussion. I've really, really enjoyed it. And congratulations on your book.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Soul Elevation. Please take a moment to think about someone in your life who might be uplifted or have their curiosity sparked by this content and send it on to them. Let's keep sharing high frequency, empowering content to reinforce the highest potential for humanity. I also invite you to subscribe to this content. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you for the next episode of Soul Elevation.